Hi, shalom everyone. As you can see, I've got a special star here. She's 2 months old now. Very, very exciting. Taking her for a bit of shopping here in the city centre of Bet Shemesh. And what a better place to share over some words within regards to the Talmud. Friends, we are now on page 83 already of Masechet Sanhedrin. And nothing like just walking. We've got the spring air. We're coming into Purim only in a few days' time. And to share over some words within regards to, we're learning within regards to debates and discussions inside the Gemara. As we learn very much, the Gemara and the Mishnah very much epitomizes this. And we see this, can, let's say, a Gemara figure, can he, let's just say, have a discussion or disagree with an Amora, with someone from, with a Tana, someone from the Mishnah time? So can someone from a later stage argue or disagree with or debate someone from an earlier stage? So that's a question that's coming on in today's page, and we know that one of the rules, let's just say, in the Talmudic discussion in of itself is based in the words of the Amoraim over here. What is that? The sages of the Gemara. The phrase is that the sages of the Gemara must always be in agreement with the teachings of the Tanaim. Naturally, we call that the sages of the Mishnah, who were obviously seen as being, let's just say, having reliable oral tradition in of itself. Thus, one of the most common questions found inside the Gemara is something called a metivta, a metive over here. A metive. What is a metive, friend? Which brings a Tanaic source, Gemara, in a metive, let's just say, over here. It brings a Tanaic source, like a Mishnah, Braita or Tosefta, that seems to contradict the words of the Amora, respectively. The Amora being the rabbi from the Gemara time. In his defense, the Amora will have to explain how the statement of the Tana can be understood as being in agreement with his own, or else, let's say, show that there is another Tana with the Amora that agrees over there. If the Amora, the rabbi from the Gemara time, cannot reconcile his statement with the teaching of the Tanaim, then the Gemara will conclude with a tiyuvta. That will be the statement, and the statement is disproved over here. So the question is going to be debated in today's page also, whether an Amora can ever argue with the Tanaim, respectively. They can bring different cases, maybe here, so on and so forth, which I recommend everyone to actually look into the page of the Gemara to discover in of itself. But one thing we can learn from this thing is that, you know, the older people that are experienced, that have been through things before, like the Tanaim, lived hundreds of years before the Amoraim. So we obviously, their traditions, their oral law teachings is much closer to Moshe Har Sinai, from the time when Moshe received the oral tradition and Torah at Mount Sinai, respectively. So it's a lesson in life where we have to look at what was it said in the older times. What was said. It's a lesson of respect also. The wisdom that someone from a previous generation has is not comparable, not fathomable to a later generation also. And it gives us a lesson in life, to history, for example. Many things that I personally, I'm into history in itself, learning, educating with regards to different historical facts. Now we are in a, let's say, golden age where obviously there's a renaissance of the internet. We've got everything on the fingertips. You don't have to go to a library now to find something. Everything is online. The entire Jewish history is over there. But at the end of the day, you can't compare it to a previous generation, though, in another aspect, where they actually were closer to that time period in of itself. We're wishing you all a great day from us, from me and the baby. She's 2 months old pretty much today. Wishing you a fantastic day, and enjoy and get ready for Purim, and let's see good times here in Israel.